my name's Sarah. Welcome to Prenatal Yoga. So we can be anywhere in a yoga practice to start. A lot of times women find themselves in a yoga class when they're pregnant. It's a beautiful time for connection. It's a beautiful time to rest, to focus and really hone in on your breath and what breathing means while we are pregnant and how much of the breath we can use as a tool both pre-delivery and postpartum. So what you'll need today is a blanket, warm, cozy blanket, and a soft, fluffy pillow. I want you to take a few moments right now just to run to the bedroom or to the couch to get the supplies that you'll need for today. If you have a block, great. If you don't, you can use a textbook, or you might not need a block. It's preference. And a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, we can use towels, we can use a t-shirt, we can even use a rope tie. So give yourself a moment if you need to pause. Pause here, and we'll all meet back on our mat. So part of yoga in the prenatal sector is about comfort. It's about completely finding some reprieve from the aches and pains, from the busyness of our day-to-day. All right, so we'll start seated, and I want you to put that blanket over you. So if it's over your shoulders, awesome. If it's just in your lap, great. And we'll get started with some deep diaphragmatic breaths. All right, hands on your knees. Let's palms face down, ready to give. Breathe in through your nose. Open up your mouth and exhale. Let go of your day, let go of your week, any to-do list. If it serves you to close down your eyes, please close your eyes. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time, deep belly breath in through your nose. We're starting to fill up the belly and expand the rib cage here. Beautiful. And exhale everything out. Let's take our left ear to our left shoulder. Feeling a nice stretch along the right side of your neck, from your ear to your shoulder. Come back up to center, and we'll take it on the opposite side. So ear to shoulder, hands are at your heart, your thumbs are pushing into your sternum. And your breath is nice and fluid. So fluidity is our goal. The shape will come. It's the breath behind the shape that we're really honing in on today. All right, bring it back to center. Hands at your knees. Search around, grab that t-shirt, that strap. Maybe you have a yoga strap. This is actually a yoga mat, like that you put over your shoulder. Like a loop, like a mat loop. Okay, so we're making a V here, a V shape with our hands. And we're taking that V all the way down. And it's pretty taut here. So if you need to tighten up your grip, please tighten up your grip. Spine is nice and straight. Arms extend long out in front of you. Inhale, we're taking this over our head. And exhale, take it back down in front of you. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, rise up. Take it up and over. And exhale, come on down. Take it 1 more time. We hold it at the top. Inhale, hold at the top. And then on your out breath, find some space. So you'll need to move your hands apart, and we take that behind us. Whoo, that feels good. Inhale, come up. Look for that rotation of the shoulder, and exhale to the front. All right, let's do that 3 times. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, fall. Again, inhale, rise. And exhale, fall. We should be doing this probably every morning. Inhale, rise. It helps with neck and shoulder pain. Exhale, fall. 1 more time. Inhale, up. And exhale, fold. It also helps with proper posture. When we get, after we deliver, our breasts get very big and, filled with milk. And the posture is the first thing that suffers. So if we train the posture while our body's changing, we're going to set ourselves up for such success after we've delivered into the postpartum world. Okay, so remove your blanket if you took it. Let's get ready to move today for a little bit. Keep your pillow near and we will visit child's pose. Child's pose is one of my favorite poses to work with as we begin. Get my bolster here. And if you have a pillow, you can use it for supported child's pose, but you don't have to. It would simply look like this. You would take your pillow in front of you, big toes touching, your knees wide as you need to be. Hips sink back to your heels, and we just rest our chest or our chin, maybe our forearms right on our soft, fluffy pillow. And let's breathe into the back. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling up the back of your belly. All the way up your spine, filling up the back of your lungs, taking that breath up into the back of your neck. And then on your exhale, I'm going to be real exaggerated here, chest down, belly down. So we're kind of sinking on every exhale. Let's try that again. Deep breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. Feeling the breath along the back side of the body. Exhale, let it out. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. All right, flicker your eyes open if you close them. Let's come on to quadruped to all fours and remove your pillow. We don't really need it right now. So we're on our hands and knees. Curl under your toes. Belly in, knit your ribs back, so we're really tightening up our core. Our abdominals are firing. We shift the weight into our toes so that our knees hover. And your knees are just hovering just maybe 1-2 inches up off the mat. And we're just firing up our core. Place your knees down, shoelaces down. Take some big circles here, moving the four corners of the room. Seeing where you're holding any stress and tension, switch directions. All right, let's do that again. Let's fire up our lower abdominals, our obliques. Breathe in, curl under your toes, breathe out, lift your knees, have them hover. So we focus on core work a lot because your abdominals hold the baby in all day long. We're working through things like round ligament pain. Beautiful. Helps counter lordosis. If we have low back pain, sciatica, strengthening the core always helps. Drop your knees, drop your feet, and we'll take our hips right, walk your hands left. This is extended child's pose. Breathe into the space in between your rib cage on your right side. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, sink. Nice job, y'all. Let's walk it over to the opposite side. Shift your hips left and take your gaze and your hands to the right. Beautiful. And we'll come back to center. Curl under your toes. Roll it back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. So down dog. Down dog for 2. You might need to bend your knees. You might need to widen your gait. Make these yoga shapes work for you and your growing body. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Beautiful. And from here, our hands to our feet. And your feet are about 2 fist width distance. And we'll slowly start to roll all the way up. Anytime you roll up from a forward fold to standing, just brace yourself. Make sure we don't get dizzy if we do take a seat. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. You're at the back of your mat for your first forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Again, separate those feet. Right hand down. Inhale, left arm up for your open chest, open stomach twist. Nice breath here. Let's switch. So bend your knees, take your left hand down, inhale, right arm up. Beautiful, both hands down. And we'll slowly roll all the way up to standing. Top of your mat now, so we'll take a little walk here and then we'll take a walk back. The second time up, I want you to really focus on your posture. So your chin is lifted, your shoulder blades are in your back pocket. Let's walk it back. Your belly is, activated. I'm not going to say your belly's in because we don't want our belly in, but your musculature of let's just keep walking back and forth, of your core is activated, and you can feel with every step, we're mindfully walking here, taking deep breaths in and out of our nose, really feeling everything that has to fire up to make our body work, okay? So once we get to the top of the mat, now we find some stillness and find that most perfect posture for your body. It all looks a little different on all of us. Some of us might have to really bend the knees to feel the quads start to fire up. I want us to feel like there's 4 corners on the bottom of each foot. So you're rooting down through your feet to lift up. Sun Salutation A, we're working on warming up the spine. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, walk or float it back. We're taking a chaturanga, Dandasana. Upward facing dog or cobra. Inhale, curl under your toes, down dog. Let's try that again. So we'll walk our hands to our feet, slowly roll all the way up, and we'll take a stroll forward, just working on your posture here. Doesn't have to look like anything, we just want to make sure that we're not doing 3 things. That we're not thinking too much about it, right? That we're not sinking in any areas. When I was pregnant, this is how I walked. Like I was very just closed until I made notice of it and just fixed it, right? Okay, so no thinking, no sinking, and no, for a better word, no dumping. So we don't want to have this going on, okay? This is not going to help us with low back pain. What is going to help us is that lift, the support of your cylindrical core, and just a present moment awareness of where our bodies are in space. Let's try it again. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Walk it back. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, inhale, or up dog, or cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, let's take a big walk or step up to the top of the mat. And roll all the way up. So now we're able to stand the way we were meant to in this posture. I want us to take our first balance. If you need a wall for balance, I invite you to take one hand to the wall. Tree pose, Vrksasana. All the weight is in your right foot. Left foot comes underneath the knee or above the knee. This is tree pose. And if it's wobbly for you, good. That means your balance is working. And people aren't born being good at balancing, right? The people best at balancing are the people who have fallen out the most, who've gotten back up and trained those neurotransmitters what balance is. So while it might just look like you're standing on one leg, you're doing so much goodness for the internal workings of your brain health and your body. Let's close our eyes and take 5 deep breaths here. You do not have to close your eyes. It makes balance a lot harder. Helps to have one-pointed focus. So find something like I'm looking at my electrical outlet right now. That's not going to move. And keep rooting through the right side of the body. And keep lifting through the left hip point, the belly, the chest, the sternum, and the chin is up. Beautiful. Let's switch sides. So shake that out. Shake off any expectation. If it didn't serve you, let it go. If you need to find a wall, find a wall. We'll shift all the weight into the left side of the body. We'll take tree pose, Vrksasana, either underneath or above knee. 5 deep diaphragmatic breaths here, and really watch what's going on with the function of your standing leg. Let it feel strong, and your lifted leg, let it be light. So we're opposite, these dualities always show up. Strong breath. Fluid breath. Last 3. And last breath. All right, and if you feel that it was okay, we get right back up, try it again. We'll start at the top of your mat. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. So your feet are about hip width distance for this chair pose. Your belly is nice and in. And your tailbone is slightly tucked. If it's too much for your hands, you can always take your biceps down by your side body, hands to heart. All right, from here, let's shift the weight into our tippy toes. Take your arms back for airplane chair. And then root your heels. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart, sink it to chair. Shift the weight into your toes, heels up. Heels down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink to chair. Inhale, rise to toes. Exhale, sink into chair. One more time like that. Inhale, rise to toes. Breathe in. And exhale, heels down. Root to rise, you're in mountain. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, side bend over to the right. So we're really lifting first before we find that extension. Inhale, reach high, lengthen. Exhale, lateral extend to the left. Next inhale pulls you up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands. Let's walk into downward facing dog. Yawning the backs of the knees open. Getting ready to open up our hips. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. On your exhale, drop your hips to the left. Inhale, high up on the balls of your toes, or balls of your feet. Exhale, drop your hips to the right. And we'll do this just syncing our breath and movement. Inhale, up, and exhale, left. Inhale, and exhale. Do it one more time on your own. Inhale, right leg up. Remember how we talked about shapes? And it's not necessarily what it looks like, but how it feels, how the breath feels through the body when you're entering and exiting the shape. That's kind of what we're moving towards today. So let go what you think it should look like. Inhale, lengthen up. On your exhale, step it all the way through. If you need the help of your hand to get it all the way through, that's okay. Drop the back knee, top of the foot down. Just started raining here. Inhale, arms up, reach up. This is modified crescent lunge. So for some of us, a full Anjaneyasana is not going to feel so good in our low back. I invite you to take 90, 90, 90, 90, arms up. Same pose, just looks a little different. All right. Take a deep breath in through your nose. On your exhale, hands straddle your front foot, shift the weight of your hips back. And you can take your hips to your heel if you want. Nose to knee, chin to shin. This is Ardha Hanumasana. It's a half split. Beautiful half split. Taking some time here to embrace the tension behind the leg. I've never met a person who this pose came easy to. If it was just leg day, you're probably going to be very tight. Give yourself patience and grace. Straddle your front foot with both your hands on either side. We're going to fingertip up and then bend the right knee, curl under the back toes. Left hand stays down. Inhale for dragonfly twist. So your left hand is down and your right arm's reaching up. Now we'll take horizon lunge, so keep moving this right hand back. Twirl to the outside edges of both of your feet and reach behind you. Beautiful. For From here, let's come back to runner's lunge. So high up on the ball, your back toes. Your right foot is planted and your hands are in fingertips. All right, let's do that again. So drop your back knee. Inhale, rise up to modified crescent or 90-90. Exhale into Ardha Hanumasana, half split pose. Inhale, rising up to dragonfly twist. Coming all the way into that horizon lunge. And you can drop this back leg for dragonfly into horizon. You don't have to. And coming all the way out of this, we will step that front foot back, down dog. Let's go on the opposite side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it all the way through. If you stopped about here, grab your foot, pop it up. All right. Back knee down, top of the foot down. So you're either in 90-90 or you're in crescent lunge. Either way. 90-90, you would just shorten your gait. Breathe in and breathe out. On your next exhalation, shift the weight of your hips back, straighten out the left leg for a half split. Nose to knee or chin to shin if you're like, yeah, right. I get it, I'm super tight too. Let's straddle the front leg. So we're walking ourselves forward, bending deep into this left knee, curling up the back toes. Right hand stays where it is. Open up. Dragonfly twist. Look up. Slowly start to take this left hand. Keep it going like you're drawing a line on the wall behind you. Turn to the opposite corners of both feet, so like you're opening this top foot like a book, peeking underneath. Horizon lunge. Coming back, runner's lunge. Inhale, exhale. Take a couple more breaths here in runners. Beautiful, and then flatten your palms. Left foot steps back. All right, let's try that one more time on the left side. So inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. We're in 90-90. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge, half split. Walk your hands forward, curl under the back toes. Dragonfly twist moves us right into horizon lunge. Coming back up the mountain into runner's lunge. Flatten your palms, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. You can stay here, or you can flip it into wild thing. So your left leg is going to be straight, foot flexed, right knee's bent. You're up on the ball of the right toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and now we'll flip it back over. Right leg high, and exhale, step it through. Dial down the back foot, inhale, warrior one. So we have equal amount of weight in both feet. Warrior one is probably my favorite pose to teach because there's quite a few different ways to do it. So if you're having compression in the low back, meaning if you're having any kind of twinge of pain, I want you to exit the pose. And I want you to take your feet more like they're on train tracks, not a tightrope. So if you see, there's about a foot gap in between both of my feet this way. Arms up. So find warrior one, whether it's on a tightrope or train tracks, breathe in. On your exhale, hands come together, we're slicing right. So we're taking our hands in prayer and taking them to the outside edge of the right femur. Let's do that again, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, take it up. On your exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Equal amount of weight in both feet. Your hips and your shoulders are stacked. Inhale, flip your palm, reach up, reach back, reverse. And on your exhale, left knee bends, Skandasana, wide side. Might need the help of your hands here. If you don't, prayer. Let's take a big wide side heart opener here. So left arm to the left diagonal, right arm reaches up. Beautiful, both hands down. Walk it to the front of the house again for that dragonfly twist. Inhale. Exhale, both hands down. So back heel comes to the mat, nose to knee or chin to shin for pyramid. And you can keep walking your hands back for your pyramid pose if it serves you today. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend the back leg. Inhale, pop it up. You're at the top of the mat. Roll all the way up to standing. All right. Let's try it all together on the left side. Here we go. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale, reach high. And exhale, reach left. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant your hands, walk or float it back, chaturanga. To upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Dial down the back foot and either on train tracks or tightrope, we rise up into warrior one. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, flip your front palm, reach up and back, reversing your warrior. And then exhale into wide side. Skandasana, taking that open arm rotation here. It's a chest opener, it's a shoulder opener. It's an option for a bind if that's in your practice. And then both hands down. Let's walk it to the front of the house. Right hand down, left arm up for your dragonfly twist. Beautiful, both hands down. Heel comes down, nose to knee or chin to shin. And this is pyramid. It kind of, reminds us of our full split on a different plane. So that same function, pulling your left hip point back, pouring your chest over your bottom leg. Plant your hands, bend deep for that runner's lunge. So all the weight's in your palms and your right foot. Inhale, left leg up and open. Stay here, or we'll flip our dog. So we'll flip over on the opposite side. Your right leg's extended, your left knee's bent. Up we go. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. We'll flip it. Both hands down. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, let's lightly walk to the top of our mat and slowly bone by bone. Pull all the way up. All right. So that was kind of our movement focus today. I think before we move into these deep restorative poses, it's good to kind of just get your blood pumping a little bit. So grab a sip of water, wipe off your sweat. I know that was a little bit kind of amped up than we normally do in our vinyasa classes here, prenatal vinyasa. So we will meet on the mat. You'll need a pillow, so grab a pillow. I'll give you a second to get here. One of my favorite definitions of yoga is to attain what was once thought unattainable. And for some of us, even the act of pregnancy might have at one point to us seemed unattainable. So I want us to just rest right now in this notion that we are right where we need to be. We are safe. We are at home. And we are loved. And if it serves you today, whether it's in your mind's eye or if you want to say it out loud to your baby, I invite you to take this moment just to chat with your baby. And I'll give you a couple moments of just complete silence here for connection. position, I want you to take that pillow, I want you to put it right in your lap. Doesn't really matter what your feet are doing underneath as long as you're in a comfortable spot. All right. So from here, take your right arm up like you're looking up at your ceiling. And then we're gonna weave this right arm underneath you and kind of lean into it and take this left arm wherever you need it to be. Sometimes it feels good to be up. You can tuck it behind your back. We're just getting a mini twist here before we go to our mat. Let your head hang pretty heavy. All right, come up, we'll take the other side. So left arm weaves underneath on your pillow. And you can take that right arm up and over or just leave it up high. Also an option to tuck it behind you. Sometimes the simplest poses are the most effective and the ones that you can do anywhere, right? So the following series of poses are something that you can save, you can take with you, you know, whether you're in your bedroom, on your bed, literally you can do this wherever you are. Okay, so we have a pillow. I want you to take your pillow and I want you to stick it underneath your legs. Inhale, take your arms up, reach up. On your out breath, sink forward, find your toes, and your knees are bent, so everybody should be able to find their toes today. And more so than a leg stretch, we're looking for a spine stretch. Especially lumbar. Let your head hang heavy. Breathe into the spaces in your back. If you feel like your shoulder's really riding up today, I want you to anticipate that. And before the tension leaves the body, I want you to notice it. Take a deep breath in and then send it on its way on the exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. And from here, we'll release. So now it's a time to grab your blanket. We'll take our blanket. I want you to fold it. And fold it again, depending how big yours is, and fold it again. So you've made almost like another pillow for yourself. I want you to place it right at the center of your mat. We're going to take our sacrum to that blanket. All right, so your sacrum is lined up, and we do this to protect ourselves and our baby. We never want to lie flat in a prenatal yoga class. It cuts off blood circulation to the brain and to the heart if there's too much pressure on the vena cava. So we pad the hips anytime you're on your back. All right, here we go. Take your arms all the way up. We're looking for a full body extension here from fingertips to toenails. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. From here, we'll take all the limbs to the left. So your legs go left. You can cross your right ankle on your left, and then your arms and your fingers and your hands go left too. This like beautiful full body rotation. Nice, let's take it over the other side. So right leg, left leg stacks, and we reach. Beautiful, let's come back to center. Take one hand to heart, one hand to belly, and just check in with your intention, check in with your baby. You can put one hand to heart, one hand to belly if it serves you, if you are pregnant. Beautiful, and then we'll bring both knees into our chest. Give yourself a big hug. All right, hands behind your knees. We'll take 3 little rolls to get up. 1, 2, make sure you're engaging your core, and 3, Baddha Konasana. So your heels are together, your toes are together. Inhale, lengthen out. On your out breath, you can grab that pillow if it's handy and slowly start to fold. So a good rule of thumb, if you find yourself in a group yoga class and there are folding options, know that you can bring your own pillow and you just fold onto your pillow instead of folding onto the floor. It just brings a little bit of coziness into it. It makes it a bit more restorative, calms the body, calms the mind. Just that touch point with something clean and soft. through the hips on every inhale. And every exhale, letting go of any muscular engagement that's clinging to that inhale. So a lot of times on an inhale, we like brace for it. We brace for the tension, whether that's in flexibility or strength or whatever we're doing. But instead, I want us to embrace it and not run away from it. I want us to breathe fully into the tension, whether it's tension in the physical, whether it's here, right? Or whether it's in the mental, if we're having worries, doubts. As mothers, we carry so much with us. And just know that if it's not yours to carry anymore, that let this next inhale be an opportunity to notice it. And this exhale be a chance to drop it. Let's try it again. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice. Inhale, look up, and let's slowly start to walk our hands into our body. And we'll come to seated. All right, so from seated pose, we'll walk through a guided little box breath meditation. And I say meditation, but sometimes meditation is kind of off-putting if you've never done it before. So while you will be meditating, we'll call it a breathing exercise. Okay, and we're going to use whatever you need to make yourself comfortable. So if it's seated, awesome. If it's lying down, pad the hips, lie down. It's called box breathing, and we'll do just a minute of it. And I want you to know that you can call upon this box breath at any time. I'm going to take my pillow in my lap just because it's so soft. Okay, so close your eyes, sit up nice and straight, pull your shoulder blades into your back pockets, and we'll take 1 minute for a box breath. So Marines use box breath to invoke the parasympathetic nervous system to get out of fight or flight. Basically, it's preparing you for battle, okay? A marathon, if you will. And what more is birth than this marathon journey that you're on? So from your next inhale, take a deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm drawing a box here. If your eyes are open, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Try one on your own. Good job. I know it's not easy, but it doesn't really take a lot of time to cultivate box breath. It kind of gets better every single time you practice at this accelerated rate. So if you start doing this, just the moment you feel that flight or fight, onset, like the kind of a rapid heart rate, your blood pressure might go up, you might get sweaty, you might get red-faced, all these things, and they're kind of jump-started by worry and threat. So box breath. Okay. We are in fuller half lotus. Okay. So half lotus, you take your foot to the hip crease, and we'll take our hands to our knees, ready to receive, palms up. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Pelvic floor is engaged. This time we breathe in, and then on your out breath, squeeze your bathroom muscles. So like you're clenching your perineum, your vagina, everything down there is pulled up and in. And then we release on the in breath. important, ladies. Release on the in-breath and squeeze up and in on the out-breath. Let's do 2 more times, and this is something that I want us to carry over into our day. Inhale, release, and exhale, squeeze. Clear the exhale. And last time, inhale, release, and exhale, squeeze. Pelvic floor strengthening is vital during this time. It's not always fun to talk about or to do together, so it's nice that we're in the privacy of our own homes. All right, we are taking our legs out in front of us for Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, kind of the culmination of all those forward folds that you did in your Surya Namaskars at the beginning of class. Those are just those, flexion and extension, sun sounds. Feet are flexed. Lift those feet up. Engage the musculature of your legs. Now drop your heels. Inhale, arms up, lift up. Exhale, reach forward. See if you can grab your toes, maybe your ankles. If you're getting cold, if your feet are freezing, you can always put a blanket on there and pull your blanket to get your torso a little bit closer to your legs. All right. Big, deep belly breaths in, and then on your exhale, remember you always find that space to fold. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up. And we'll take the right heel in to the groin, and we'll extend the left leg out in front of us. Inhale, rise up. On your exhale, let's take steeple fingers, move past your foot, and then grab your foot. All right. Now we can stay here. If you're looking for more of a chest opening today, keep your left hand where it is, open up through the right side. And you can take this in the form of a half bind. You can also just extend this right arm either up or back. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release your foot. Let's switch sides. Take your left heel in. Right leg extends out in front of you. And on a deep breath in, we take our arms up and open. Exhale, forward fold. Again, if you need more of a chest opener than a leg stretch, you can take this left arm up behind you. You can also take half bind here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release your foot. All right. So we have about 10 minutes left or so of class. Want us to get set up with Viparita Karani. So Viparita Karani, it means legs up the wall. And this is a time in your practice where I want you to gather all your tools, like all the stuff I told you to grab. Let's grab that now. Okay. All right. Take a pillow, put it right up against the wall. Okay. Hamburger or hot dog, doesn't matter. Take your blanket and keep it with you. We're lining up our hips right to the base of our wall. You don't really need anything other than pillow and blanket. All right, take your hands behind you and safely get your heels up the wall. And Viparita Karani just means legs up the wall. So once your legs are up the wall, then I want us to take our blanket and get really cozy here. Cozy, cozy. All right. So if you think about what's happening here, we have fresh blood moving to our lower extremities. Who has swollen ankles? Who has varicose veins? Who has hemorrhoids? I had those when I was pregnant and it was awful. But there's things that we can do on our mat and just in life that will counter some of those places of swelling. This is probably the best pose you can do for yourself moving through life as a pregnant woman. We put our feet up the wall at least 5 minutes a day, but you can go anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes a day with your legs up the wall. All right, I'm gonna exit the pose. I want you to stay here. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Breathe and rest and try to let go of muscular engagement that's clinging from the knee all the way up to the hip. So we're feeling like a spreading on the low back, on the ground. We'll be here for a good 5 minutes, so just enjoy the space, enjoy the rest. give ourselves a couple more minutes here. If your mind keeps spinning off, sometimes when we're still, it does, and we tend to overanalyze. Bring it back to box breath. And I won't walk you through it this time, but you know it's available. Remember, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. Repeat. I'll mind the time. You have about 2 minutes left. Alright, sweet friends. I want you to slowly start to deepen your breath and bring the awareness back into the room. Then I want you to slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And with our legs still up the wall, just note that you can tap into these sensations of relaxation, of calm, anytime you need them. They're only just a breath away. All right, let's take our arms up overhead. Breathe in. On your exhale, goalpost. Again, breathe in. Exhale, goalpost. And pull one knee into the chest, then the other. While you're up on your pillow, let's take blissful baby, hands find knees. Excuse me, hands find feet, knees find ground. And start to rock from side to side. Not a really big hurry to get anywhere. Beautiful. And then we'll take our hips right back up to the wall, and we'll take Supta Baddha Konasana, but with your feet at the wall. So just giving a little bit of leverage to the hip here, using your hands to push out. Beautiful. And then we'll take one leg to the wall, keep one leg where it is, pull your knee to your chest. Roll your ankle. Maybe take your knee into like a half blissful baby. Beautiful. And then we'll cross our left ankle at your right knee and stamp the right foot on your wall. Pull everything into your midline. So you might not even have to use your hands because the box shape that you've made on the wall is tension enough. Let's switch sides. So remove your left foot first. Take your leg to the wall. Pull your right knee into your chest. And then with your right hand on the outside of your foot, take like a half happy baby. Now we cross the right heel right at the left knee. Take 4 corners of your left foot to the wall and just hang out. Notice the sensations that are running along the right leg.
slowly release. And if you have healthy knees and you have a lot of wall space, let's take a wide leg. My wall's kind of funny because it juts out here, but let's take wide legs at the wall. Deep breaths here. Be careful of overstretching. We don't want to overstretch like a rubber band where you can't snap back. So if you feel like you've gone too far, use the help of your hands to get your legs into a more suitable place for where you're uncomfortable, but you're not overstretching. Beautiful. And let's take our feet back together, so you will need the help of your hands to move your knees together. And then we'll drop the weight of our knees either left or right. We always want to roll out of these Viparita poses. All right, and coming all the way to your mat.
We'll take a back bend before we move into Shavasana today. All right, so grab around, search for either your pillow or your block if you had a block. A block is just a bit more sturdy. We're moving into your resting bridge. It is a restorative back bend. It is nothing crazy. We can all do it. My mat's all bunched. All right. Okay, so from here, I want you to take your block or your pillow or your book, whatever it is. I want you to lay down, bend your knees so that they're in line with your hips, and lift through your hips, push into your heels, take that block and stick it right at your sacrum. All right. This is resting bridge. It's as easy as pie, guys. It's just, it is what it is. It doesn't have to be anything forced. There are some variations that you can take from this. You can switch the direction of your block so that your hips come a little bit higher, and you can use whichever variation of that block height you need. You can also take one leg up to the sky. Just make sure that if you do take one leg, that you counter it and use the opposite leg as well. And then from here, I just want us to melt. Deep belly breaths here, breathing in and out through your nose. No real hurry to get anywhere. Beautiful. And then with all the weight in your heels, we're slowly lifting up, peeling up, and then bone by bone, starting at your scapula, moving all the way down to your lumbar spine, come all the way down to your mat. Pull your knees into your chest. And we'll set up for Shavasana. So rock right or left first. I wish I could set you up myself. That is one of my favorite parts of prenatal yoga in person, is setting up these miraculous Shavasanas. Okay, so we have 5 full minutes for Shavasana. I want you to take the 5 full minutes because that is the point of prenatal yoga. It is restorative. Okay, so you have a block, you have a pillow. You just stack it. Okay, you have a bolster for your legs. And you have a blanket. So grab around, find all your things, and we're taking our hips down to the ground, and we're taking our hips right to the base of that ramp we've made. So we're leaning back, and we're taking our knees to a bolster or a pillow. So like if you were at a spa, you know, they put those little wedges right underneath your legs. That's where we're going. And then to make ourselves just like a little bit extra cozy today, I want us to search around and find that blanket. So our back is elevated. We're on a ramp. Your knees are supported. They're on a bolster or a rolled up quilt. And you're warm and you're cozy and you feel this like connection right here, right now, in this space. And there is nowhere to go and there's nothing to do. Breathe and rest. I'll mind the time and I'll wake you up in about 4 minutes. Breathe and rest. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring mindful movement back into the body. This could be wrist rolls or ankle rolls. Rocking your head from left to right. And then start to flicker your eyes open. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Check in with your intention. Just notice where you are right now. And just notice all the things that had to happen to get you here. This is mindful awareness, and in fact, it is a form of meditation. It's called Vipassana. Let's see how mindful we can be today as we move off the mat into the world. Take box breath, take legs up the wall. Take these moments where you really just tune in to your parasympathetic nervous system, where you're finding that calm amidst the chaos. Pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug. I want you to slowly rock to your left or right. Pause a moment in fetus position and just feel supported. Push into the earth, we'll come up to seated. And we'll finish with our palms down, Chin Mudra, ready to give. Ready to give. Spine straight, eyes soft or closed. Inhale, take the arms up over the head, high prayer. On your out breath, hands come to your forehead for peaceful thoughts. Hands to your mouth.